on various web elements we see in web pages. What do you mean by web element? What do you mean by web element? Different components, different objects, different HTML components we see in web pages are called web element. Text boxes, links, images, drop-down list, calendars, tables, checkboxes, radio button, messages, whatever you see in a web page, they will be considered as web elements. In inner HTML page, they are HTML elements. These HTML elements are nothing but web elements. See, to work with browsers, Selenium provided Chrome driver one class, Safari driver other class, Firefox driver other class, Opera driver one more class. All these classes are the implementation of a superclass. What is the superclass? Web driver. These web driver provided some common functions. We know about this. To navigate to another URL, to click back button, to click forward button, to click refresh button, to minimize the browser window, to maximize the browser window, to close the browser window, to capture the title of a window, to capture the URL of the window. Every browser has these common functions. All such common functions, methods present inside a superclass called web driver. Similarly, text box is one type of element. Link another type of element. Drop-down list is another type of element. Calendar another type of element. Image another type of element. Radio button another type of element. Checkbox another type of element. All these elements will have some common functions. On any element, you can perform a click action. You can click an image, you can click a button, you can click a link, you can click a text box, you can click a checkbox, you can click a radio button, correct? Any of this element, we can do commonly one operation, click. On any one of this element, you can input some data. You can remove the existing data. You can check these elements are enabled, displayed in the page or not, selected in the element is selected or not. All such common functions are available inside a superclass, web element. Like web driver, which has common functions related to any of the browser, web element is another superclass that contains some common function you can use for any element present in a page. Web element is a superclass in Selenium, which provided some common operation, common methods. We can apply this common method on any element you see in a web page. Click one method, send case one method, clear one method, get text one method, is displayed one method, get attribute one method. These kind of common methods we can apply on any web element. Web element dot click, web element dot clear, web element dot send case, web element dot get text, web element dot get attribute. Find element returns a web element. After you make Selenium to identify some element, any of these common methods we can apply on the element. Let us see how to make use of these web element methods to carry out different actions on different web elements we see in a web page. Clear about this. Web element can be considered as a reference type. List of web elements. Here the data type is web element. Driver.find element returns a web element. Web element can be used as a reference data type, like a string in Java, like an object in Java. Web element can be used as a reference data type in Selenium scripts. Let us start working on various web elements. Let me explain all of these methods. Take first send keys. Send keys is a method. What is the purpose of using send keys method? It is used to input some data into the specified element. Make a note. It is used input data to the specified web element. To the specified web element. To the specified web element. Note down the syntax. Web element dot. We make Selenium to find the element. You know, find element returns a web element. After finding the element, send keys used to input the data to the element. Take the next one. Click. You know about it. It is used to perform the click action on the specified web element. Take it. It is used to perform the click operation on the specified web element. It is used to perform click operation on the specified web element. The syntax web element dot click. Web element dot click. Right. Now my code will invoke the Google application. Here I want to enter some data, say Selenium. Then click Google search. I want to input some data here, Selenium, then perform click action on the element Google search. You know, first we need to make Selenium to find out this element. To find any element, Selenium needs to find any elements in the page, Selenium needs some properties of the element. In Selenium terminology, these properties are called as locators. So what is the best locator used to identify any element? If available, ID. If no ID, name. If both ID and name not available,
Export.
we can use any other properties to configure any other properties of the element. There is a locator in Selenium called export. Actually, export is not property value, correct? It's not a title, it is not a reference. We can use some other properties. To use any property of the element, there is a locator given called export. We have to configure other properties using the export locator. Export is not a property value of the element. Correct? Right. Here, well, there is a class property available here. Check out the class property value GLFIF is space GSFI. Can I use it? Why?
No, sir.
Why?
It's a compound clause.
There is white space.
There isn't
The white
space.
spaces are not permitted. Compound values are not permitted in the class name. Remember, it is applicable only for class name, not for title, not for any other property. Only class name has a compound value. We cannot use it. We'll get an exception. Compound values are not permitted. Okay? Input, tag name. We know we have a default locator called tag name. We have a locator called tag name. Can I use tag name as input here to identify this element?
No, sir.
Why?
There may be multiple
There may be
same tag
multiple
name.
text boxes, not only text boxes. Radio buttons also tag name is input. Checkboxes also tag name is input. There may be multiple input element. If I go with tag name, the first element matching the tag name can be recognized. But my requirement is not first input element, this particular input element, such element. I don't go for this. There is a name property available. There is a type property available. There is no ID property available. There is a title property available. And the name available, why to look into other properties? Better you go with the name. If ID not available, I agree, but name available. If name also not available, I can go for this title property. I don't go with the type property, type equal to text, because all text boxes type property value is text only. Here I go with name property, the name property value is Q. What is your code now? River dot.
Find element.
Find the element by its name property. By dot name dot send keys. I'm giving some
Yes.
Selenium. I'm running this code.
It's a small Q, sir.
I'm running this. Let me run this code, see what happens. There's no exception. It is still searching the element. Implicitly wait makes Selenium to find the element up to 20 seconds. The default timeout in Selenium to recognize the element 0 seconds. Using implicitly wait, you ask Selenium to wait up to 20 seconds to recognize the element before throwing no such element exception. It waited for 20 seconds, still trying to find out the element. After 20 seconds, still not able to find out the element, throwing an exception called no such element exception. Unable to identify the element matching the name property value as Q. Because in the application level, we have lowercase q. Wanted, I have given uppercase Q here, as it is case sensitive. Now you understand what is this implicitly wait? By default, Selenium will wait for only 0 seconds to identify the element. But when the page loading, the elements are loading, not able to identify the element, Selenium needs to wait to recognize the element when there is a page load event is happening. So better a driver level you configure implicitly wait up to 20 seconds while executing this entire test case to find out any element. If it is my login test case, username or next button or password or next button, log out to recognize any element, Selenium will wait up to 20 seconds to recognize the element. Why we are using 20 seconds here? As per the industry standard or a benchmark, any page must be loaded in 20 seconds. If not, it is a performance issue. 99% any pages, any transaction will be finished in 20 seconds. So better if you configure 20 seconds, maximum you can avoid the no such element exception provided properties are correctly given. Understood?
Yes, sir.
I'm giving lowercase q now. It entered Selenium. After entering Selenium, I want to click on this Google search. I'm finding the properties of this element. There is a name property, there's a type property, there's a value property. What is the name property here? Button. Button. Any button only, correct? Name property available, still I decided to go with this value property. I want to make Selenium to identify this element using value property, which is a unique value, Google search. Driver dot, find the element by the XPath. One moment. What is the XPath expression? I want to use value property to recognize the element. Two forward slashes,
Star.
either star or tag name.
Square. Inside square.
What is the tag name? Input. In place of star, I can also use the tag name called input. Then, at the rate,
And the
Value.
property name. Remember, property name and property values are case sensitive. Value, all in lowercase. Google search, it is following a title case, but there is a white space in between. Value property equal to, generally I suggest copy and paste to avoid the mistakes. When you double click here, only that item will be selected, you copy this. If you double click on the property value, only that value gets selected, copy it, paste it. You created an XPath expression. I recommend before you use in the code, confirm with the crow path or try XPath. Actually, while installing this crow path and try XPath, you observe that there's a lastly one warning will come. Enable this on the private window. Did you observe that in the last step? Last step, there is a checkbox, enable this in the private window. When Selenium opening a browser window, it is called a private window. If you want to use crow path in this private window, we have to check the checkbox while installation. What happened? One moment. It's coming now. This is absolute XPath of the element. Tag name is input. Whatever the XPath expression I build, I give here, press enter to confirm whether it is enough to identify that element or not. Two elements. It's saying two elements. There are two elements with the value property as a Google search. There are two it is showing. The first one, focus will highlight the second one. What is this? Some ways, one more element available with the same value property.
Sir, I think the entire due is named as Google search.
Hmm?
So that both Google search, entire due, sir, that due Google search, and I'm feeling lucky in that once check it, sir.
No, somewhere one more element available with the same property value as a Google search. Okay, better I go with the name then. Better I go with the name.
Sir, instead we can go with absolute or partial XPath also.
No, name available, right? If name not available, then only we have to think about it. Wantedly to teach you how to use a value property, I tried, but there are two elements matching. Let me check with the name property. Name property equal to BT and K. Let's see how many elements are matching with this. There are two again. But in the two, what is the first one? It will show here actually. Input class. Here actually it is showing two here. It's not properly visible. Okay, let's see. Maybe actually for the same element we have two properties, not one more element. I'll go with this. Same element was repeated in the code. I can use either name property or value property. Directly let me use this time the name property. If there is a issue in finding the element, alternatively we can think about it. If it is identifying, no need to worry about it, right? Going with the name property btnk dot click. After entering the Selenium. Just in this first program, I have explained you again send keys and click operation. That's it. You know all about this, how to enter the data. Many times we did it. Any element you want to perform a click action, we can go for click method. Similarly, we have made the code for RNHRM login and some other login also. Right. So take the next method, clear. Clear. Yes, what this will do, it is used to clear, nothing but remove data present in specified element. Take this. It is used to remove data present in specified web element. Already some data in a element. I want to remove it. Then I go for clear method. It is used to remove. It is used to clear data present in specified web element. Syntax web element dot clear. Web element dot clear. See, first I want to enter Selenium. Then I want to remove the data of Selenium. Tell me the code. Driver dot find the element by the same name Q. Then I want to remove the data clear. Let us run this code. But quickly observe, very quickly Selenium will perform this action. It enters Selenium, immediately remove. It entered and removed. If you want to observe in between, you can use thread or sleep. After entering Selenium, wait for 2 seconds, then remove. Then I want to input some new data. Inputting, say, QA testing. First, your code entering a value Selenium, immediately remove it and enter QA testing. If any data available in a text box or any other element, you want to remove of it, clear of it, then we can use clear method. Right. Here, how many times we are making Selenium to identify the same element in this program? In this program, how many times we are making Selenium to find out that element? 3 times. On the same element, you are performing multiple actions. On one element, action 1, same element, action 2, same element, action 3. Instead of building the code, I know multiple times I am using same element in my code. Rather than writing the code, driver.find element, driver.find element, driver.find element, yes, what is the alternative method? Create a variable of type web element. I'm declaring a variable of data type web element. Such. The name of the element is such. Such equal to what you want to store into this element. Driver dot find element by what is the return type of find element? Web element. Based on the name btnk. I declare a variable of data type web element. I am storing the web element into the variable because you know driver.find element returns a web element. Directly you can also write the code in this way. Like string data type variable name equal to some value. The same thing I did here. The right hand side expression returns a web element. This I am storing in a variable of type web element. Variable of type web element. Now tell me the code. I want to enter some data, say Selenium. Tell me the code.
Search dot send keys.
Search dot send keys because it is a web element name. Web element dot send keys. Say I'm giving the Selenium. On the same element, I want to perform one more operation. Clear. On the same element, I want to perform one more action. Again, I want to enter some other data, say QA testing. So the previous code and this code will perform the same operation. Instead of writing the code driver.find element, see, in the entire test case, I am using an element only once. I write driver.find element, perform the action one. Same element I am using multiple times in the test case rather than building the code every time find element, find element, find element. One time I made Selenium to find the element, stored in a variable of type web element, use the web element in your test case wherever you need it. Finally, the output is same. What happened?
It is waiting.
Sorry. It's Q, right? No, here after 20 seconds it throws the exception, previous one. Here the name property value is Q. It entered Selenium, removed and entered again, QA testing. So three methods I demonstrated till now related to web element: send keys, clear and click. The simple methods. Then take the next one. Is displayed. Is displayed. Is displayed. I no need to explain this. You tell me what it is. The name itself very clear what it is.
Is displayed or not?
You want to check the given element available in the page or not, present in the page or not, displayed in the page or not. Username text box present in the page or not, I want to test. Password element is present in the page or not, I want to test. Any element is available in the page or not, I want to test. This element is displayed or not. Your Selenium will check the element is present in the page or not. If present, true. Not present, false. Take the notes. Is displayed checks is displayed checks whether the specified element displayed present displayed in the page or not. Displayed in the page or not. If available, if displayed, the given element available in the page, if displayed, it returns true. Otherwise meaning here, not displayed, this function returns false. The syntax will be like this. Web element dot is displayed. Web element dot is displayed. Right. Let me explain one script, the practical usage of is displayed. This code launches RNHRM application. I want to write a script to verify the admin login working or not. Admin login functionality working or not, these are test case I am writing in Selenium. After launching this application, we have to make Selenium to identify the element. I'm using the ID property, driver dot, find the element, by its ID, enter the data, say admin. Then I want to identify the password element. This ID available. If ID or name not available, you no need to think about any other properties. If ID also repeated, name also repeated, we have to definitely go for other properties. Find the element based on its ID property, enter the password value. I'm giving the password value. This ID property I'm using here. Identify the element based on its ID txt password, then enter the password value. Login button. There's a name available, ID available. I can go with the ID or name. Driver dot, find the element, by the name, submit, and click it. We are building this test case. We are writing a test case. In manual testing, we used to write test case in Excel. We are writing test cases in a Selenium programming editor. This test case I am writing to test admin login working or not. How to check admin login working or not? What is expected? What is expected? It should display admin module. Manually I am logging in. System should display admin module. That is expected. You answer me by seeing this page. What kind of logic we can create to test whether it is admin module or not? Check out the page and answer me.
Actually, when we log into that application, the login username should display in that profile section. Welcome.
Right side, welcome Suresh. You're saying about this, right? Welcome Suresh something?
Yeah.
Actually, we are not getting the username here. We are getting the employee name. Username is admin. This username admin belongs to employee Suresh. It's showing employee name. But in my test case, I don't have employee name to validate.
Sir, left side admin tab is there, sir.
Left side?
Admin.
Admin.
This one, right? Admin.
Sir,
Only the
top
admin
of the
module.
URL also we can identify, sir.
Sir,
Come again?
we can use URL as well. URL.
URL, top of the URL, there is a dashboard also available.
Okay. I mean, in the URL, do you have any specific information to decide whether it is URL belongs to admin module? Check. No. No. See, title, RNHRM. Not only this page, every page has same title in this application, RNHRM. So I cannot go with the title. Also URL, maybe for employee module also URL is same. It's admin module, right? Subadmin module also URL same. Employee module also URL same. Here URL also I am not considering here, because if I have a URL like this, admin dashboard, I can decide. Here I don't have admin dashboard. This dashboard URL will same for even subadmin module, also for employee module. So I do not want to go with even URL here. What else we can consider? As one of the students said, admin menu is available. Admin link is available only in admin module. Will you see this in employee module? No. So based on this, I can make a decision. My condition here, this admin element present in the page, yes, it is admin module. Because only in the admin module we have admin link, nowhere else. It's a link actually. It's a link actually. Tell me the code now. Yes, tell me the code now. Enter username, enter password, click submit.
Driver dot is displayed.
If is displayed will return either true or false. If displayed, it will return true. If true, test case is false. Driver dot find the element by the link text. What is the link text? Admin is displayed. If the element is displayed true, I want to print the test case false. Admin login test pass. Not displayed, I want to print admin login test fail. If the element is displayed, test case pass. If the element is not displayed, test case is fail. Hope you understood this. Let us run this code now. This is a practical scenario where we can use is displayed. You want to check a particular element available in the page or not, I can go for is displayed. See, the element is available. We are getting admin login test as false. Understood this? Hope online team you understood when to go for is displayed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you want to check a specific element present in the page or not, then we have to go for is displayed. This is a code. Right. I hope you understand when to go for is displayed, right? Any page, if you want to verify a particular element available in the page or not, then we have to go for is displayed. Okay. Let me repeat the is displayed with another sample, another example. In this application, I'm searching for employee role users. Employee role users here. Oh, no records are found. I'll create one employee. Your name? Satya. The one is common last name. For the user, for the employee Satya, I'm creating a login account. I created. I think my people have refreshed the entire database, deleted all the records. As many students are practicing it, data driven, we deleted. Okay. Now I want to test. First, I'm testing manually. Employee, when employee login, what is the module to be displayed? When an employee login, what is the expected module? Employee module, not admin module. I want to build a script to verify the employee login functionality. When the employee login as employee, check employee module displayed or not. If it is manual testing, yes, I decide functionality working, employee module displayed. I want to build a condition to check in Selenium whether it is employee module or not. See the page and answer me what kind of condition you can consider to verify whether it is employee module or not. Remember, before we go with, previously you said the URL. Check the URL now. For employee module also same URL. Hence I said don't go for the URL earlier. Now you answer me what kind of test condition we can implement to check whether it is employee module or not.
My info can be go with
Which one? My info. I think in admin module also we have my info.
Sir, dashboard, sir.
In admin module also we have my info. Supposing system wrongly designed, showing admin module. In the admin module also, I log in as employee. There is a bug in the product. System displayed admin module. In the admin module also my info available. Your test case will become pass, though there is a bug. But don't consider my info. I think in admin module also we have my info.
Welcome, Satya, sir. You can display the
Welcome.
Satya.
I said, what in the application design, this application design, whatever the name we are seeing here, welcome Satya, it is not username, it is employee name. Actually here what I did, employee name is Satya, username also I created as Satya. It is showing the employee name. If I want to decide based on the link text, for this user, what is the employee name I have to capture from the database? That name and this link name we have to compare. Oh, I hope you are getting what I am saying. Leave the link. Any other condition?
Sir, there is a specific.
Admin is not displaying. We can check
Sir, leave element.
that admin should not be displayed.
If admin link is not available, it is ultimately employee module only, correct? If admin link is not available, it is finally, if really there is a unique link available to decide it is employee module, go with that, nothing wrong. Or reverse logic, if the admin is not available in the page, it is definitely employee module because only there are two modules in this product. If there are multiple modules, I don't go for this logic. Here only there are two modules, I can go with this logic. If there are multiple modules, again this will become a wrong logic. Got it? I want to reverse the logic now. If admin link is not available in the page, yes, it is employee module. This is a condition I want to implement. One moment. The test case what we are implementing is RNHRM employee login test using is displayed. Only the condition, expected condition is different. Procedure is same. Step 1, step 2, step 3 is same. Tell me how you want me to build the logic.
Is not display.
If the link text admin, I don't have is not displayed. I have only one method is displayed.
Equal to false.
Condition we can reverse based on some operator. What is that? Not operator. Not. In Java, this is not operator. What is the symbol called? How you pronounce it? Exclamatory mark. This is not operator in Java. This will verify the element is displayed or not. Element is not available in the page. Is displayed will return. Element is not in the page. Is displayed will return.
true.
No.
False.
Element is not in the page. Is displayed will return. False.
False.
Not false. True. If true, we have to print something. Finally, the admin link is not displayed in the page. Yes, it is employee module. The employee login test box. If really displayed, it's not employee module, admin module, correct? I'm printing system displaying admin module test fail. If really admin displayed, this is output I get. System displaying admin module test fail. Because expected employee module, but actual admin module, hence test fail. Right. Let me run this code. You will get an error. You will get an exception. No such element exception. You have to answer me why we are getting that exception.
Password and username.
We are giving admin credentials.
Okay, sorry. I'll give the username Satya. This is the password I have given. Satya123 shift123. Now this is employee login test case. Login as employee, expected employee module. Actually, system showing employee module. Admin is not available in this page. See, still it is searching for some element. After 20 seconds, it is throwing an exception. No such element exception. Unable to locate the element. Admin. What is wrong in your code? What is the mistake in your code? You answer me. Why we are getting the exception? Why we are getting the exception?
Because we are searching for an element admin which is not present in the page.
Listen. First, this part will be executed, correct? Find element. Selenium trying to find some element. What is the what is the behavior of the find element? Selenium trying to find some element. What is the behavior of the find element method? If the element is not available, it waited up to 20 seconds. Still not able to find out the element. Throwing an exception, no such element exception. Remaining code was not executed because the exception occurred. If exception occurred, it will not continue further execution. Find element trying to find an element. That element is not in the page. It is simply throwing an exception, no such element exception. Remaining code was not executed. Hope you understood why the problem is occurred.
Yes.
Yes.
So, find element will recognize the element if available. If not available, it will throw an exception, no such element exception. It is what happening here. But I want to implement the same. I want to handle this exception. We have to implement some exception handling mechanism here. We have to implement some exception handling mechanism. Precisely, what is exception handling? Anyone? There is some error coming. No, this is the only condition possible for me to test employee module displayed or not. I want to use it. But a professional code should not throw an exception. We need to handle the error, handle the exception. What is exception handling mechanism? If any error is coming, say you are going in one route, you are going in some route, straight route. Execute step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. It's going, executing step by step. Some problem is occurred. There are some road blockages. Can't move further. Take the diversion and go in alternate route. It's called exception handling. You are going in some route, there are some blockages. Can't proceed further. Take an alternative route and go. Understood what I said? That is exception handling in programming. While executing some program, any exceptions, any errors are occurred, suspend the statement that is producing an exception Execute other part of the other root code. Don't go the remaining code. Go to other root and execute the remaining part of the code. This can be implemented in Selenium with the help of try-catch mechanism. Try. See, after building a program, at least 1 or 2 times we run your code to confirm my logic is correct or not, correct? We build a program, maybe assuming this my code is correct. I executed it. Now I face a problem. So now I have to rectify the issue, then only I will baseline my script. First program will not be baseline. At least 1 or 2 times you run your code. In programmer terminology, it is called unit testing. In the programmer terminology, it is called unit testing, correct? A programmer builds some code. At least 1-2 times programmer will run the code to confirm my code is correct or not. Yes, code is correct. Unit 1 is correct. He'll keep it aside, then go for second program, second unit. Like you are also a Selenium programmer here. You build some program to test some functionality. No guarantee your logic is right. Until unless I have executed 1 or 2 times, I may not able to confirm my code is correct. My test case is correct. Like in manual testing, test cases need to be reviewed. Automation test case also need to be executed and verified, then confirmed. Yes, now we are facing an issue. Now I build my logic to handle this exception. In Java, there is a mechanism called try-catch to handle these exceptions. What is this try-catch? See this. I'll change it. Try-catch block. Try, if any exception coming, go and execute the code inside the catch block. There is a syntax here. Try, catch. Try some code. Try some code. Say statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, and so on. First try this code, execute this statement, execute this statement, execute this statement. If there are no road blockages, no issues, no exception, it will never enter into catch block. Directly it come out here, execute the rest of the code. While executing this statement, supposing statement 1 executed, no issues, it will go for statement 2. There is some exception coming. The exception will be suspended. It will not execute even remaining statement. Suspend the statement that producing the exception. Do not execute the rest of the statements inside the try block. Go to catch block. What you want to do is handle the exception. Execute the code inside the catch block. Alternative statement. Statement or statements. If no error coming, will this code will run? I executed this program. Sorry. No error is coming while executing these 3 lines of code. There is no error. My question, will this code will be executed?
No.
No.
No. If any error is occurred, skip the rest of the unit, go to catch block, execute the alternative code, go in the alternative route. That is try catch block. Let's implement this here. So actually this is exception is a class of Java, a variable of type exception. A variable of type exception is of XYZ, we give E for exception. That's it. Try the code. Yes, what is the code you have to try? Check admin module is displayed or not. If driver dot find the element by the link text What is the link text value? Admin, check whether it is displayed or not. If not displayed, one second. If displayed, test case pass or fail? Test case is fail.
Fail.
If there is no problem is coming, no exception coming, meaning as per my condition, if when no exception coming, what is the meaning? Admin link is available in the page. Correct? When no exception coming, admin link is available in the page. If available in the page, test case pass or fail? It's online team. Test case is pass or fail?
Fail.
Fail. Right. If any exception coming, it go to catch block and execute the code inside the catch block. When the exception come, if admin link is not available, if admin link is not available, if admin link is not present, test case is pass. It is employee module. I'm printing the employee login test, pass. If any exception coming, employee login test case is pass. If there no exception coming, it don't go for catch block, only this code gets run, employee test case is fail. Now let me run this test case now. Here I get the option to explain you simply what is the try catch mechanism. Try some code. If any exception coming, suspend the exception, skip the remaining statements inside the try block, go to catch block and execute the code inside the catch block. Because of the implicitly wait, it is waiting to identify the element admin. It wait up to 20 seconds. We got the exception. It go to catch block, execute the code inside the catch block, employee login test case is pass. While executing this script, it is checking admin link is displayed or not. Because of the implicitly wait, it waited up to 20 seconds. Still not displayed. We are getting an exception. It goes and execute the code inside the catch block, but exception will not be produced because of the try catch mechanism. Understand? So this program explaining you how to use a try catch. Also it is employee login test case. Right.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, in our earlier example, you said that in try block, there were 3 statements. In the second statement, the error occurred. Then it will move to catch block. Again, it will come to
No.
try block, sir.
Again, it will not come.
Okay.
If any exception is occurred, the statement that producing the exception will be skipped, suspended. It will not go with the remaining code. Skip the remaining statements, go to catch block, execute the code inside block.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. While executing any one of the statements inside the try block, if exception coming, it don't display the exception. That is called suspend the exception. Skip the rest of the code inside the try block, go to catch and execute the code inside the catch block. What you want to run when there is an exception, that is catch block. First you go in this route. If any exception occur, what you want to do when there is an exception, that code you have to put inside the catch block.
What happens if there's not symbol inside?
Loudly, what happens?
If you place not symbol inside, earlier you put inside, right?
No, your voice is not clear. Loud.
What happens if you place not symbol inside in this condition?
If not displayed.
Not, sir.
One second.
explaining.
If not displayed, we are getting an exception. Because first of all, find element trying to find the element, right? Either you put not or if you put not also, find element through the exception. That is what previously we have received. If the exception coming, it comes to catch block and execute the test case employee login test case pause. Again we get the results employee login test pause. See, you please observe here. No if condition, nothing I am giving. Find the element by the link text. Oh, sorry. Admin. What this will do? Your Selenium try to identify the element. If the admin link is available, then only it will go for the next statement, right? If this statement executed successfully, no issue, no errors, then only the next statement will be executed. You tell me what I have to put, pass or fail? We have to put pass or fail?
Fails.
Fail.
Fail.
Okay. Your Selenium trying to find out some element. The element is not available in the page. You'll get an exception. If really one exception coming here, when the exception will come, admin link is not available in the page. If the admin link is not available in the page, the employee login test, off. No if condition, nothing. Check the admin link is available in the page or not. If available, then only it will execute the next statement. Fail. Not displayed, I was not using even not displayed also. Because find element trying to find out an element. Not available, we get an exception. If exception coming, test case is pass. So you can build different ways. Logic you can build in different ways. Find element will wait up to 20 seconds to recognize the element. It is trying to find. After 20 seconds, internally one exception will come. If no try-catch mechanism, it will throw the exception. Because of the try-catch mechanism is implemented, it is suspending the exception that occurred internally, go and execute the code inside the catch block. The employee login test case is pass. Right. Hope you understood this. Better you take some short notes about this try-catch block. Take the topic like this: exception handling. Exception handling. Exception handling. First of all, what is the meaning of an exception? What is the meaning of an exception? Quickly. What is the meaning of exception?
Abnormal condition.
Time error.
Getting error.
Any event that interrupts a program execution can be called as a exception. Any possible event that interrupts a program execution can be called as a exception. Make a note. Any possible event that interrupts a program execution any possible event that interrupts a program execution is called an exception. Any possible event that interrupts a program execution is called the exception. Conclusion. Java provided try-catch mechanism to handle this exception. Java provided try-catch mechanism to handle the exceptions. Note down the syntax. Note down this syntax. Try some statements. The first unit is try block, try unit. If any exception occur, then Java will skip the rest of the statements inside the try block, go and execute the code inside the catch block. If really no exception occurred, it will not enter into catch block. When an exception coming, then only Java enters into catch block and execute the code of the catch block. Take some short description about this try-catch mechanism. First, Java executes. So actually, it is Java programming mechanism. This is what in Selenium we don't have this kind of exception handling and all, because in every programming language we have. In every programming language we have exception handling mechanism. Okay, see what Selenium people did. Whatever not available in the open source programming languages, only they focused on that. If something is available in the programming language, they have not implemented it. Because it is a free software, to implement everything you need a lot of investment and a lot of manpower. Already Java provided some programming mechanism. Such kind of things are not considered in Selenium implementation. Okay, there is no open source program in the market to work with the browsers, to work with the web element. Majorly they have implemented only such classes and methods. Rest programming language will take care of it. For that reason, Selenium needs a programming language support. In Selenium, we don't have try-catch mechanism. Java has, Python has. Okay, what is this try-catch mechanism? Taking the syntax right? Take the notes. First, Java executes code inside the try block. First, Java executes the code inside the try block. Continuation. If any exception occurred, while executing this code, try block load. If any exception occurred while executing this code, then it enters into catch block. Execute the code inside the catch block. It enters into catch block, then execute the code inside the catch block. Once again, check out this one. Statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, there are about 3 statements here. Here I have statement 1 and statement 2. Say for example, now the first statement was executed. Assumption, no errors while executing the first statement. What happens now? It executes. Next statement. Say no error occurred during executing the second statement also. It will go for statement 3. Say no error is occurred. In this scenario, will the code inside the catch block will run? Never. Will not run. Will not run. Now, the first statement is executed successfully, no error. It goes to the next step and execute. Assumption. While executing the second step, there is some error produced. While executing the second step, there is an error coming. No such element exception, whatever. Now, try-catch mechanism will suspend the exception. Internally, some error will be triggered, right? That error will not be displayed on the console. The error message will not be displayed in the console. It will suspend the exception. Skip the remaining statement available in the try block. While executing the second step, there is some exception coming. The exception message will be suspended. It skip the statement and further statements inside the try block. Skip. Execute the code inside the catch block. If no exception coming, it will not enter into catch block. When the exception coming, it will skip the remaining statements inside the try block, go to catch block, execute the code inside the catch block. That is his exception handling mechanism. Hope you understood it. Again, it will not come back. It will not go back again. Right. So hope you understood all these points. So what we have learned today, send keys, clear, click, and is displayed. I have given some practice examples. So I'll stop here today, and tomorrow I'll introduce you the remaining methods like majorly get text and get attribute. Get text can be used to capture text property of any web element. Any web element text property can be captured using getText. Using get attribute, we can capture any property of the web element. Title we can capture, reference we can capture. Any property of the web element can be captured using another method called get attribute. So tomorrow we concentrate on get text, get attribute. Then we prepare some programs to understand these 2 points clearly. Right, we continue tomorrow. Thank you. I stop here. Thank you, online team. We'll continue tomorrow.
Thank you.